we are going to be getting rid of your sales imposter, ladies. Have you got a sales imposter? Do you have that little voice that's chipping away in your ear, getting in the way of you being successful? We are going to deal with that. So I'm going to be talking to you about your sales imposter. Do you have a sales imposter? So let's start off with, how do you even know if you do have a sales imposter? How would you even know that? So I'd love to hear from you. Do you believe that you have a sales imposter right now? I know a few of you here on the call already are thinking, yes, I absolutely do. So here is how you'll know if you have a sales imposter. So do you ever hear yourself say to yourself, and let's not forget how powerful our own brains are, how powerful our own self-talk, our own messages are. Do you ever hear yourself say to yourself that you aren't good at selling, or that you shouldn't be selling, or that you shouldn't sell too much, or you're selling the wrong things, or you're selling the right things but at the wrong price, or that maybe your clients don't want to hear a pitch, or that maybe your audience aren't ready for a pitch, or they don't want a pitch? Do you ever hear yourself saying that to yourself, telling yourself not to? Do you hear the shoulda, woulda, coulda, and actually you look back and you regret not making the sale, you regret not pitching, you regret not asking for the sale? Does that happen to you? Does it happen to you? If it does, I want to help you. I want to give you some tips today. I've got my notes. I've got 4 tips for you today. 4 amazing tips that are hopefully going to help you to overcome this sales imposter. We've got to get rid of her, because if she's chipping away in your ear, I promise you, you will believe her. You will believe that sales imposter, and it will stop you selling. And if it stops you selling, it stops you achieving your full potential in your business, in your life. It stops you being able to sell in those clients who need you. Your clients need you. I fully believe wholeheartedly that my clients need me, and you have to believe that your clients need you. And so by not selling to them, you're doing them a disservice. By not selling to them, by allowing your sales imposter to have the loudest voice, you are doing your clients a disservice, and they need you. They need you more than that. So please do let me know. Do you have, Funmi is admitting, we've got confessions going on, Funmi. She is saying that yes, she sometimes has a sales imposter. Who else is going to be brave and admit to have a sales imposter? Because I know that you do. I know that you do. You wouldn't be here if you didn't. So let's deal with it, okay? Let's try to give you some tips that will help you overcome it. And let's face it, we're all different. We're all wired up in different ways. We've all got different experiences of sales, of business, of being sold to. And all of those things all add up together to give us a way of thinking, a predetermined way of thinking about the way that we sell, a predetermined outlook on what the impact of our sales conversation is going to be, what the outcome is going to be. So if you're telling yourself, Claire's admitting it too, well done, Claire. If you are telling yourself that you aren't good at selling, guess what? You won't be good at selling. It's that simple. If your sales imposter has got a louder voice than you, your real world voice, if that voice is louder, she will win. She will win. And you might blame the fact that you didn't make the sale on something else, something external, but I'm telling you now, it will be that sales imposter. So let's give you some tips. I've got a bit of truth for you. The first tip is a bit of truth, and I want you to really reflect on this. I might even say it more than once because it's so important, right? Are you ready? If you do not sell to your clients, somebody else will. Somebody else will solve the problem that your clients have right now. People that are already in your audience, looking at the content and the stuff that you're putting out there. If you don't sell to them, somebody else will. Somebody else will see the interaction that they're having with you. Somebody else will notice that they're in your audience. Somebody else who can solve their problem will come along and sell to them before you do. That's the truth, ladies. I'm sorry to be harsh, but that is the bare facts. That is the truth. If you don't sell, if you allow your sales imposter to stop you selling, somebody else will do it for you. So I see we've got a few more people jumped on. If you're there, say hello. Don't leave me here all by myself. Say hello. I love to know who's there. Give me a hashtag live or give me a hashtag replay. Let's sort out this sales imposter. So if you've just joined, we're talking about if you do not sell your services, somebody else will. If you hesitate, if you wait, if you think too long about how to phrase it, then you have wasted an opportunity. So I want to invite you all. I know, Claire, you've already done this actually on the comment thread. I want to invite you all, put your sales pitch in front of me. Allow me to see your sales pitch. And if I think it needs to be improved, I'll tell you, I'll give you some tips. So I am inviting you today, tomorrow, whenever you watch this video, whenever you've got time to do it, write a sales pitch. Type a sales pitch, put it in the group as a post. Not necessarily, Claire, I know you put it on the comment thread. I know that's being respectful. Thank you, sweetheart. But I'm inviting you guys to post in the group. I will still have to approve it, and I do that to stop you being pitched at by people who want to sell you Bitcoin. But I will approve it. If you do a sales pitch, I will approve it. That pitch will then go into the group, and you might win a client, you never know, and I will be able to give you some feedback on your pitch. So please take me up on that offer, because if anybody out there is going to be able to give you some good feedback on your sales pitch, hello, I've been selling 20 years. I will give you some feedback. I promise. That is my commitment to you. But what you've got to do is write the pitch. You've got to write it and get it into the group and be brave. Be brave, be bold. Write the pitch, get it into the group, and we'll see if we can help you to tweak. It might be perfect. I might give you a big gold star and say, amazing, it's brilliant. I can't offer any suggestions to improve it, but if I can offer some suggestions, I absolutely will, okay? So tip number 1 is to remember this at all times. If you don't sell to your clients, somebody else will. They absolutely will. They will notice your clients have a need. Good morning, Jill Brown. How are you, Jill Brown? Oh, it's been ages. It has been ages. So, yeah, if you don't sell to your clients, ladies, somebody else will. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2, to get rid of this sales imposter. The coffee's kicking in now. The energy's coming. If you don't, right, so we're going to get rid of our sales imposter. So if that didn't work to stifle this little sales imposter, let's see if this helps. Remember this, right? You are good enough. You have to remember that. So write it on a post-it, put it in the car, put it where you brush your teeth, put it somewhere. Put it somewhere. Hi, Ida. How are you doing, Ida? I can't wait to see some more of your recipes, Ida. I'm so excited to have. Did anybody know Ida? You've got to meet Ida here in the group. She is am I gonna get this right, Ida? You're a nutrition coach, but you focus on Caribbean cooking. Amazing. So my hair today smells of coconut. Ah, lovely. I love that smell. I love the Caribbean. I love everything about the Caribbean. I've been to loads of the islands and I love the food. So Ida, I cannot wait to see some more of your recipes. Anyway, let's get back. Hi, Zoe. Good morning, Zoe. Let's get back to our sales imposter. You need to remember that you are good enough. You need to remember that you are your USP. USP stands for unique selling point, if you didn't know that. But you are the single most biggest, most valuable, most important asset that your business has. Your business might have great programs, great systems, great tech. You might have a great VA. You might have an amazing team around you. You might have loads of great stuff in your business. Your business might have been going for a long time. You've built up lots of credibility and, you might have an absolutely amazing business. But whether you are just starting or you've been doing it 10 years, the fact still remains the best asset that your business has is you. You. I want you to sit there now and just reflect on that. Say it out loud if you have to. I am the best asset that my business has. Say it, feel it, write it down. Remind yourself of it every single day. Every day. I'm in no doubt, not because I'm an arrogant git, but I am in no doubt the best asset that my business has is me. I know nobody else can deliver the programs that I deliver the way that I deliver them. I recognise the value of me, not because I'm up my own arse, not because I'm an idiot, not because I'm overconfident and I haven't got the goods to back it up. I remember all the great things that clients have said. Make a list of all the great things that your clients have ever told you. Make a list of them. All the testimonials that you've got. Sometimes if I'm feeling a bit rubbish, and that does happen, I know I look all smiley, but if I feel a bit rubbish, I go to Google and read all the 5-star reviews that people have left me. And it makes me feel amazing. So read your reviews. Write down all the amazing compliments that your clients have given you. Remind yourself of the results that you have helped your clients to achieve. And remind yourself you are good enough, okay? But that isn't actually what this point is. It starts with you are good enough. I'm then going to suggest that you lead with giving. If you lead with giving, you can't possibly have a sales imposter because you're not selling, you're giving. Lead with giving. See selling as serving. Lead with value. I am giving my time to you this week on this bootcamp, totally free. I am giving you as much value as I can possibly give you. Is there a point where I hope that you want to work with me in the future? Of course there is. Of course there is. If I'd have logged on Monday morning for my first class and hit you with a massive sales pitch, would you have dialed into any other classes? Maybe, maybe not. But the fact still remains, the more you give, the more that you build up a bank account with your audience. I'm building up a bank account with you now, and I'm going to role model this point to you. I'm role modeling it to you this week. We are here, we are doing it, okay? I'm not selling anything to you, and I never will. That's not my style. But I am building up a bank account, and that bank account is called the bank account of reciprocity. I'll say that again, the bank account of reciprocity. So you've heard the word reciprocal. I do something for you, you don't do something for me. Reciprocity. Look it up, Google it, find out what the word reciprocity means. If you've never heard it before, it's a bit of a weird word, but please, you've got to understand the theory of reciprocity. It's a very basic theory that means the more I do for you, the more you will feel that you need to do for me. So if you lead with giving to your clients, if you lead with value, maybe you don't want to do a sales bootcamp like me. Maybe you want to do something else for your clients. Maybe you want to do a webinar for your audience. Maybe you want to do a free session. Maybe you want to give them a free download. Maybe you want to give them the top 10 tips that you've got to share. Maybe you want to share the biggest mistakes that you've ever made in your life and how that's going to help them to never make them themselves. Whatever it is that you've got to give, you are your best USP, you are your best asset. So whatever it is you've got to give, which I guarantee is a lot, you need to give that first to build up your bank of reciprocity. The bank account. I love that. The law of give and receive. Absolutely. High five to that. The law of give and receive. Amazing. So you get it, Ida. The bank account of reciprocity means the more that you lead with value, the more that you give, the more that your audience they won't feel pressured to give back to you. They won't feel pressured to buy from you. It's a really subtle change of energy. That's all it is. It's a very, very subtle change of energy that means that you're drawing your audience closer to you. They want to get closer to you. because they recognize that you've done something for them. We love kindness, don't we? We all love kindness. Remember when you were a kid, when Auntie Sheila gave you sweets, like when somebody's kind to you, it makes you want to be kind back. And so if you relate that to business, it's just a change of energy. The kinder you are, the more giving you are, the more you will build up your bank account of reciprocity. And eventually, those people in your audience will reach out to you to find out about your services, to find out about how you might be able to help them. Because all the time that you're giving, you're also educating them on who you are, on what you do, on how you help, and why you are amazing. Because we know you are amazing. So all the time that you're doing the giving, you're not just giving without any purpose. You're giving from the point of view of education, inspiration, motivation, whatever your audience takes from it, they will enjoy it, they will get value from it, they will benefit from it, but all the time that's happening, you're building up your bank account of reciprocity. So please, please don't forget, that is a major way of you overcoming your sales imposter, because how can you have a sales imposter telling you not to sell, or you shouldn't sell, or you're bad at selling, if you're not selling, if you're giving, if you're serving, if you're leading with value? Your sales imposter doesn't have a platform. They don't have a reason to speak. So we're going to shut her up and get rid of her because she won't have a reason to speak, because you're serving. You're serving your audience. So sales imposter will be gone. Okay? So is this good? Are we enjoying this, ladies? Is this landing? Do you feel like this advice is going to help you? I hope so. There's no point me sitting here rabbiting away if it's not helping you. I hope it's helping you. So my next tip, my next little bit of paper. So if you watch me doing lives and you think, like this looks like fun, I want to do lives. Maybe you haven't done any before. The only thing you need to do is just write a couple of notes and hit live. I promise you, it can be that simple. And the energy, I know we're not in the room together, but the energy, I feel your energy like coming through the comments. It's amazing. So anyway, next tip for you. So this is thinking about you selling on social media. So do you sell on social media? We all do, don't we? Social media is great. It's free. You don't have to do the paid stuff. You can do organic social media and grow your business like that in a heartbeat. Social selling is the way forward. I've built my whole business on it. 5 years ago, I built my business on LinkedIn social selling, and it just built and built and built and built. So social media is amazing. So there is something though to remember. If you are selling on social media, and let's say you write a really great post, or you type a really great post, and there's one side of your brain, the conscious side saying, yeah, I'm going to do this post. It's got a little tiny pitch at the end. It's got a link to my services or a link to my website or something, something where you might be able to attract a lead. And your sales imposter decides to chip in. Just before you hit post, your sales imposter decides to get in your ear and say, is that really the right post to send? Do your audience really want to read that? Is it a bit embarrassing? Is anybody in your family going to see that and laugh at you because you're trying to sell? Or is this the right thing to do? And your sales imposter starts chipping away and telling you it's a bad post, you shouldn't post it, it's the wrong thing to write, nobody will read it anyway, certainly nobody will click on the link, don't bother doing it. And then you do the worst thing, discard post. Delete, get rid, and you don't. Does anybody do that? I know I've done it. I'm going to confess, I've done it. I've written posts, and while I'm writing it, I'm thinking, yeah, this is a really good post. And then you sit and read it back and think, no, it's rubbish. Everyone's going to hate it. It's embarrassing. I'm not going to do it. And so you don't post it. Does anybody do that? I'm sure that you do it. Whether or not you're brave enough to admit it or not is another thing. But here's the tip, right? Algorithms are not your friend. They are not your friend. You must remember that the Facebook algorithm, the LinkedIn algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, none of them are your friend. They are not there for you. They are not there to serve you. They are not there to help you grow your business. The algorithm is there to help them grow their business. Yeah? The algorithm, let's take Facebook. The algorithm on Facebook cares only about keeping you on the platform. Why does it care about that? Because it wants you to be a buyer of somebody else's post, somebody else's paid for ad. That is it. That is why Facebook wants you here on the platform, because it's taking millions and millions and millions of dollars, pounds, whatever currency, it's taking millions of that currency in paid ad spend. And those people who are paying for those adverts will not get return on investment and will not advertise again, will not thank Facebook for lack of return on investment unless people on the platform buy. And you can't buy from those paid ads unless you're on it. So Facebook's algorithm cares most about keeping you here so that you are in with a chance of being a buyer for one of their paid ads. They don't care about us organically having a chat. They really don't, okay? So the algorithm is not your friend. What that means is, for those of you, I see Katie's just admitted to the post, to the discard post. So yeah, what that means is, if you are writing a post, discarding it, not posting it for any reason, because you think that everybody in your audience is going to get irritated by your post or not like or enjoy your post, the chances are, because of the algorithm, they're not even going to see it. They will not see it. If you have 2,000 friends on your Facebook and you write a post, how many of them do you actually think are going to see it? Your sales imposter is telling you that 2,000 of them are going to see it. I guarantee you 2,000 of them will not see it. Maybe not even 200 of them will see it. Maybe not even 100 of them will see it, because that's how the algorithm works. So please remember this, right? If you are going to write posts on social media and you are going to use social media to sell, and trust me, you should be, if you're going to do that, remember to change it up, okay? So if you want to, for example, you want to get a high volume of people to land on a particular landing page, one particular landing page, you need to think about all of the different ways that you can frame a post, write a post, give context to that page, talk about a subject that leads you to want to be on that page, talk about the problem that that page solves. Think about at least 5 posts, 5, that you could write and change them up a bit. So you do a long copy post, do a short post, do a post with an image, do a post with a video. Beat the algorithm, all right? Beat the algorithm at its own game. Don't let the algorithm put you into the pot of, oh, that person always does this, or that person only posts once a week, or that person only posts in this way. Change up your posts, and remember that if you really want to get eyeballs on that landing page, you're going to have to post that multiple times to allow for the algorithm to show that to as many people as you need to see it. Does this make sense, right? Think about, I use the analogy of ripples in a pond, right? You know, if you were, at a lake or a pond and you threw in a stone, that central stone is your post. And what you need is that first ripple of people to like and comment. If that can happen really quickly on that post, then you are going to get the ripple effect where their audience might see it and their audience might see it and their audience might see it, and you might get that ripple effect. If in the first hour or 2 hours of that post you aren't getting lots of people liking and comment, then you aren't going to get that ripple effect, which means you need another post to follow on behind it to give eyeballs on your landing page. I hope this is making sense. I hope this is making sense, ladies. Please tell me, or please ask a question if it's not. But just remember, for your sales imposter, the algorithm is not your friend, okay? It is not going to show your post to everybody, meaning that that little voice that's telling you, don't post again, it's embarrassing, people are going to laugh at you, they're not going to like your post. That little voice that's saying that to you needs to be told to shut up. Needs to be told that actually, no, because a lot of the people in my audience wouldn't have seen this before. They wouldn't have seen this post. And anyway, I'm going to write a different post so they have multiple chances to see it. Okay, so that's that point. I hope Katie says it's making sense. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, thank you. Zoe, it's easy to have confidence not with social media if you don't get any uptake. Zoe, you're absolutely right, sweetheart. You are spot on, because if you put one post out there and you don't get a response, your next post, it then feels like, oh God, is this just throwing good time after bad? You know, is this throwing mud at the wall? What should I do? The thing to do, Zoe, if you don't get any likes, comments, shares, you don't get any feedback on your post whatsoever, is to just move on. To just assume that the algorithm wasn't your friend. Just assume that for some reason on that day at that time, people in your audience weren't necessarily there. Make that your first assumption. If you want to go a step further, look at what you've written and just try to assess it. Try to give yourself some feedback. If you want me to take a look at your post, Zoe, then I will happily take a look at your post. Put a post into the group here. You know, I allow people to post here into the group. What I don't allow is people to just dump and run. So if a post looks a bit like bleh, then I won't approve it. We won't approve it in the group. If it doesn't add value, if it doesn't showcase you in a good light, then I just won't approve it. But most posts I do approve. The only ones I don't approve are the ones that, you know, come at you trying to sell Bitcoin in your face like 10 times a day. Those don't get through. Pretty much everybody else's posts get through. The other posts I don't tend to approve are where people just share something from their business page and they don't put any words with it. So I call that a dump and run. If people do a dump and run post, no, this is not the group to post that. But if you want to add some value and you want to write a long copy post and you want to pitch here in the group, then you crack on, because I don't have scarcity mindset. I do not look at somebody in the group pitching in my group and think, oh no, there's not enough work. There is plenty of work. You know, if you guys in the group collaborate and want to work with each other, happy days. Happy days. That would be amazing. In fact, I'd love to hear about it, you know, if that happened, because that means that this group is working. That means that this group is doing what I hope this group to do. And it's being different from all the other groups out there. It's not the same as those other like 40,000 people in the groups. I want this group to be supportive. I want this group to be collaborative. So yeah, dump and run. We don't allow dump and run. Out goes the dump and run. But if you want to add value and you want to pitch and you want to post in this group in a valuable way, lead with value, yeah, build up the reciprocity bank account. If you're going to do that, then I will approve those posts all day long. Okay, so knock yourself out. But Zoe, yeah, you go for it, and I'll then be able to give you some feedback, sweetie. All right, I'll give you some feedback, and if I think that you could have written it in a different way, or that somehow you could make that post better, I will let you know. All right, I will let you know. Katie, you want my mindset? Oh, bless you. Well, you know, I'm not 21. It's taken a lot of years to get this mindset. I haven't always had this mindset. It takes time, and I guess it takes self-belief and self-reassurance to have that, you know, no scarcity, no fear. I guess it just takes time. But the good thing, Katie, is you're here and I can help you. That is the whole point. So I will help you to have that mindset, because there really is enough work for everybody. Absolutely there is, 100%. So anyway, we digress a little bit. But yeah, that is what this group is for. So please, you know, knock yourself out. Well, look, do you like my R? I've got a top with an R on it today. So I've got my RH and I've got my R jumper. So I'm definitely not going to get lost, am I? So anyway, the final tip, and this is a big one actually, and that is to help get rid of your sales imposter. Oh, my coffee's cold. To help get rid of your sales imposter, you need to build a bridge. Build a bridge. Now, what I think is a good way to do this, Funmi's laughing at me. What I think is a good way to do this build a bridge exercise is to draw it. Draw it. You guys can't obviously see all around my office, but I've got whiteboards everywhere. I am a visual thinker. I do visual planning with all my clients. You know, we'll get a whiteboard up on Zoom. We will plan. You know, we will draw their sales system. It's not just about writing it for me. I like to visualize it. So when I say build a bridge, get a piece of paper, put you on one side, put your client on the other side, and draw a bridge from one to the other. Okay, draw a bridge. You can do this in your mind, but it's really good if you do it on paper. Draw a bridge, and then write on that bridge the word optional. This is an optional bridge. It's optional. Call it the bridge of option. Okay, it's an optional bridge, meaning that, I want you to remember this, if your client puts one foot on that bridge to come towards you, one foot, they've taken a step in your direction optionally. Optionally. You haven't made them, you haven't forced them, you haven't pressured them, you've led with value, they've put a foot on the bridge. The bridge of option, right? They're on it. That's the first step. They've taken the first step. You then might do something else that helps to build know, like, and trust. You've heard me talk about that before. You then might do something else to give value, to reassure them, to build trust, to educate, to motivate, to inspire. And they will do what? What will they do next? They'll put the other foot on the bridge. Now they've got both feet on the bridge, and it was their option to do it. It was optional. You weren't dragging them. You weren't like, you know, come on, get on the bridge. Oh, my hair smells lovely. Coconut, it's amazing. I'm a bit mad, aren't I? I'm a bit crazy. They've got both feet on the bridge. Next thing, what they're going to do, they're going to take a step, and one step leads to the next, the next, the next, and the next. And before you know it, your client, your who was in your audience, who was maybe your ideal client but wasn't working with you, wasn't paying you for services, has taken a step that's turned into a walk where they've arrived at your side of the bridge. None of that was pressurized selling. None of that was you bashing them over the head with a buy my stuff type pitch. None of that was you being high pressure. It was optional. They did it optionally. So if you couple that with the bank of reciprocity, you can start to see if you are showing up on your social media every day and you are leading with value and you are leading with a giving mindset, a giving heart, you are leading with kindness and content that adds value, you are being the type of person that they want to work with, they want to be around, they will gradually walk towards you. They put themselves on the bridge of option, not you. You do not drag them over it. All right? The people that arrive in your DMs with a long pitch and a load of links at the bottom, they're trying to drag you over it. And that makes you cross, doesn't it? That gets your back up. It gets mine up because I think, get out of my DMs. My DMs are for people I value, not you. Get out. Yeah, but people do it every day. I get DMs like that every day, and probably so do you. As well as the people going, hey girl, you're pretty, and just like, go away. Or do you get dodgy men in your DMs? It's just ridiculous, isn't it? But just please remember this bridge, okay? Draw it on paper and draw or write or use Post-its or something. Do something to help you remember this bridge. And think about mapping out what are the things that you could do that will encourage your audience to put one foot on the bridge, second foot on the bridge, take a step, walk a bit quicker, maybe run, yeah, maybe leap towards you. What are all the things that you could do to encourage that to happen? okay? And if you can remember that this makes sales optional, it really does demonstrate the point to you that selling is serving. Selling is serving. If you serve, you will sell. If you serve, you will sell. If you sell, though, not everybody that sells is a good server. You know, there are people out there that take good money from people like you and me and don't serve enough, you know, and that again makes us a bit nervous about investing in anything. So you need to make sure that it's the right person with the right type of serve, you know. So that's why we get nervous about investing, because there are people out there that sell without a serve. But what you're going to do is take all of that doubt and fear away, and you're going to serve before you sell. You're going to lead them across the bridge, okay? So they are my tips. I hope they were useful for you. As usual, I will post the link in this video underneath to invite you to a free group coaching session with me. We've got a session tonight. I think there might be one space left tonight. We've got another session next Wednesday and one I think the Wednesday after. And if you wanna get involved in that, please do. I will also load this up onto YouTube, and again, you know, I will then at the end of the week I will be packaging all these videos up together in a lovely little sales mindset summary, so that everybody, if they want to go back and watch one that they missed, or they, you know, without trawling through the group and trying to find the videos, I will create a lovely little package of all of these videos so that you can dip in and out as and when you think you need to. So that's it from me. Thank you very much. Love the fact that Katie's loving the bridge. Fun me. Thank you very much. Mwah. Thank you so much, Zoe. It's lovely to have you here, ladies. And I really hope that that has set you up for a really good day in your business. Remember, you are fabulous. You are your best asset. And I'm very grateful to have you here with me. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you lots. Take care.